Hello and welcome to Thursday Night Fading Suns here on the Ulysses International channel. I am Jay, I'm your GM, and with me are the crew of the Oh Boii. Welcome, ladies. Before we get started on this, we're going to just give you an update. Yesterday, the crowdfunding, I caught myself, for the new Fading Suns. It's going to be a great night tonight. The new Fading Suns crowdfunding went live. New Frontiers. It has already been backed. They're 240%. They're at $36,000. They are moving along toward the next stretch goal, or what they call on Game on Tabletop, the leveling up. And so check it out. There's a ton of new things. If you're a patron of Iconic Production, jump over to the Discord channel where we've been having a lot of discussions on the Fading Suns sub-channel about what this new product will entail, what people are most excited about. There was a discussion earlier this week on the shipbuilding rules that have been revealed and how excited some of us are for that. So, yeah. Well, with that, let's get right into the game. When we last left off, you guys had made your escape from Hadrian's Wall with Falcosus in tow. And as you were escaping from the investment of the Temple of Hadrian's Wall by a weird coalition of fractious noble houses, forces under the command of Count Orlitan, you managed to not only rescue Falcosus, but discover a strange secret passage, a hidden refuge in the temple that overlooked the energy source that Beatrice, again, didn't create. Is not the feeling you guys are getting from this, but somehow transported to Lemminkainen for some occult reason. In viewing that, you encountered the dead priest of the church, recovered their jump gate cross, and saw this strange, almost prophetic etching in the glass. But now you are behind the wheel, Jexa. You have escaped Hadrian's Wall. Philosophia definitely has contacted you all. And we're going to pick up right there. What's the plan? Where are you headed to?
Where did we come out on the wall?
You came out again on the west side of Hadrian's Wall, out of a kind of secluded cavern that is not necessarily. Remember, Hadrian's Wall is very craggy. It's not a flat, or it's a massive plateau, but it is not a uniformed or man-made structure.
How close are we to the ship where Brother Thomas and the scientists are?
You could circle back to that ship. That's the Oh Boii. So it would take you about 15 minutes to get there.
Okay, that's what I'm intending to do.
Okay.
I will respond to Philosophia, but I'm also going to turn to Falcosus and ask if he has any kind of discreet means of contacting Lucia. Because I don't really want to calm her if she has been kidnapped and let Orlitan know that we're alive.
I can leave a message for her at essentially a dead drop location. If we cannot calm her, I don't have any. And if she was kidnapped, I'm not even sure if she has her personal squawker on her.
Have Philosophia contact her.
No, that's true.
Because she doesn't have anything to do with us on the Oh Boii. And if he is afraid, that we're still alive, and you don't want to tell him, having a third party, whether that's Brother Thomas or Philosophia.
Maybe Brother Thomas would be a little more polite. But I'm also willing to do philosophy as well.
I was gonna say, because Val, the only way that you're able to discreetly contact Lucia is through that dead drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the same way as Valkosis.
And we need to talk to her sooner than that.
Correct. So I will come Philosophia.
You get through to Philosophia, and the sound of the air turbulence is really bad. You don't know why, but it's very hard to hear her.
Okay.
But you get through.
Excellent. Hello. Hi. Sorry, we were in the wall. It's a whole thing. Terrible reception. Where are you?
In the air.
How far out from the wall, I guess?
I'll play Philosophia right now so that we're not playing
Go for it. Telephone?
the telephone game. We're about a half hour out. We were on the other side of the world.
Okay.
I've got 6.
Yes. Is this your squad?
I hate you so much.
But is it?
It is, and I've kept them alive 3 times longer than you kept the rest of our squad alive. So,
Well,
where are we going?
you knew what you were getting into, so life of a battle order. I will send you coordinates. In the meantime, I need you to contact someone for us. Currently, people pursuing us believe that we are dead, so if we calm them, it's not going to go well. So I will send her the comm info that we have, the most recent comm info we had for Lucia. And, can you try and discern? We were told that she was kidnapped. We don't know if we believe that because she is the type to not get kidnapped. But if you can discern that, that would be great. And then we will ping you where to land as you get closer.
Okay. She grumbles and complains, but takes the comm code and says, as soon as you have coordinates, let me know. We're coming in hot.
Hot, hot, hot. Okay, and Gregor was where?
He was on the
On
open.
the Oh Boii.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay,
told him to watch the ship.
So, Jexa is driving and Gemma is talking with Philosophia, and you're only catching her half of the conversation. Perpetua Val, what are you doing?
contacting Francisco.
How's Valkosis doing?
He looks real rough, but much better since you guys, remedied him.
Okay. I'll go sit with him. I get the sense that the person who knew anything about my necklace was her, not Valkosis, right? I'm just gonna pull it out anyway, and I know this isn't a super great time, but do you know anything about this?
He kind of. She gave it to you?
Who gave it to me? My mother gave that to me. Well, my parents, but...
Right, but I gave this to Lucia for safekeeping. She gave it
Well,
to your
then
parents.
my parents gave it to me. What is it?
I will be honest, Val, I'm not entirely sure. We found it on the dig in the temple. It seemed to have...
It's a key, I
Is it?
think.
I gave it to
Apparently.
Lucia for safekeeping.
Well, I don't know whose brilliant idea it was to give it to me, but It's not exactly safe.
Your parents, they were good people.
I know they're my parents.
Yes. You know that I am a artisan in a noble house who concerns themselves with the preservation and restoration of art and shrines and churches and artifacts from the past. Your father was one of the great crypto archaeologists that I knew. He was brought on when you were a very little baby. Both he and your mother, they worked with me in the temple.
I thought they were bankers.
You did that. You know my wife.
Yeah.
My wife thinks in ways that are not straight paths. Your parents, as I said, your father was a crypto archaeologist, and he had ways with Lucia of ensuring some of the artifacts that he did not want the church to find, of making their way to different places, and sometimes that involved. He gives a smile and kind of winces because he's still got like his face is bruising, his lips are split. Your father was a banker in the way that someone may present false financials to people to hide where money is going. Your family was very close, and had I known that Lucia gave you the necklace, especially after what happened, she and I will still have words about this.
Okay. We're backing up to what happened. Because if my parents weren't bankers, they didn't die in a bank robbery, did they?
Yeah, they still could have died in bank robbery. They just could have been on the other side of it.
They did. And that is the story. Stories are like paintings. They have many layers to them. And for the time being, the surface view of what happened, that your parents died in a bank robbery, Lucia deemed that the best way to keep everyone, including yourself, safe. The robbers were after a very specific thing. The money was a cover. They were after, and
I'll take that back, thank you.
they were after that. They were after all of our records. Your parents died protecting the secret that my family has kept for millennia.
And nobody thought that it might be a good idea, to tell their daughter who was running around on the street.
You will have to take that up with my wife.
I feel like you could have said something too.
Perhaps
You
I
might
am
want
a
to
coward.
blame your wife.
No.
You might want to blame your wife. But you could have opened your mouth once in a while as well.
It is true. I will be honest. You started running, and
What else was I supposed to do?
you started running in circles that I did not have any contact with, and Lucia promised that you would be safe. We uncovered much in the temple that I chose to bury myself in. But it seems that these secrets are coming home to roost. Like fire
Yeah,
bats.
secrets have a way of doing that.
Ericle's sitting quietly between you and Jexa, just sort of listening peacefully. Perpetual, what are you doing while all of this is going on? By the way, Calypso is definitely mumbling to herself in the back. She's talking to what seems to be her reflection in the mirror.
Good thing I'm driving.
Yeah, pretty concerned about that. That's there's like a lot going on here.
There's a lot.
Val appears to be high stress. Gemma appears to be high stress. Calypso has gone definitely over the edge. And Jack said
She's
that last
dancing
time
on the
got,
lip
you
of the volcano. That's where she dances all the time.
It's very true.
And last time Jackson and I had a nice little heart-to-heart about our friends.
Ericle does keep looking to his left, to his right, to his left, to his right. Are you just sort of like keeping silent at this point?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? We can go back to Val before we get to the Oh Boii as you head back across.
I mean, I'll probably turn to Ericle and be like, "Remember Philosophia?"
He kind of looks up in the. I do. She is a blunt instrument for the church.
Yes. She's bringing recruits. She's bringing her squad as reinforcement.
You believe we will need more?
And I will relay to him, if I haven't already, the last encounter with Orlitan and Tag. And, you know, say it took all of my strength to do anything. And I fear Orlitan has probably surrounded himself with even stronger allies. And so I don't want to take any chances.
You believe this Tag will be guarded?
Well, he attacked us as we fled the last time, so I suspect he's bound to turn up again at some point. So, also, you know, I think it's good between you and me.
And
Battle
everyone
order.
else in the.
Well, I think it's
Remember, this is
good.
just like a
Right.
flying SUV, so there's not a whole lot of.
It's an expression.
Yeah.
I think it would do Philosophia some good to get out from under the church's thumb for just a minute. Like the direct thumb. Get her away maybe from...
The anger keeps her young.
It is good that we will have aid. For a strong man keeps his palace, his goods are at peace. It takes one stronger than he to come upon him and overtake him. Take from him all his armor, where he is trusted, and divide his spoils. This is what we will do to this Orlitan. How much time is left, Becca? I know you keep meticulous notes. Nothing like a good timer.
It depends on how long we were down there.
What's your last number? We'll compare it to my last number.
30 or so minutes from, like, after we got to Velcosis.
So you've got about 15 minutes.
I think so.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Okay.
So, it is a shame no one can summon a dragon phantom.
So, so Jex is gonna, maybe slow down from the 90 as we hit a bump. Anybody gonna call Francesco and, tell him we're still here, so maybe don't explode it yet? Or are we down with him exploding all of this?
I don't know Francesco, but I'm happy to.
You've got a code. You can let Perpetua call it.
Yeah.
Falcosis, we're diverting this area, essentially getting blown up from low orbit.
They can't blow up. No. The Duchess would. To keep this out of the hands.
Yeah, we got like 15 minutes before it's gonna happen, so,
Alright, Perpetua, they give you a code.
719.
Then it brings, it's beeping in your ear for like 30 seconds, and finally you hear a yes.
Wait. Before that happens, what's the name of this ship?
The plucky lady?
Our ship?
I don't know. Whatever we're driving right now.
Well,
Or
we're
I
in a
can
little...
just say, this is Dexa.
Yeah, Perpetua from the Oh Boii. I'm in the company of Gemma, Jexa, and Calypso, and Val. I don't know if Francesco knows Val. Val doesn't know Francesco. Francesco might know Val.
Who doesn't Francesco know?
Val is infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly subtle. I like to shoot things in the face and blow things up. So he probably knows me.
That was something that I've noticed about you. Your subtlety.
Yes. When in doubt,
Shoot
scream and shout.
Yeah.
So you're gonna call Francesco. Alright, hold on.
Find it.
You hear, hello. Who is this?
It's the Oh Boii, sorta.
I do not recognize this voice, which means you are one of 3 people. Seeing as you are not male, you are not, what is his name? Urkel?
This is
Ukulele?
Perpetua.
Something.
We're just gonna stop the guess.
Excellent, Perpetua. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you have heard many fine tales. If they are from Jexa, they are true. If they are from the one who was known as Lestra, less so.
Alestra, huh?
Yes.
Interesting. So I hear that you're about to blow up the wall.
Well, not the whole thing. The thing is massive. But yes, we are trying to, we are going to be destroying the shrine to the Shaded Lady.
How long can you delay that? Because we're kind of like still in here.
Hey, Francesco!
You can hear whoever's on the other side of the squawker pinching the bridge of their nose. Did I stutter? Is it hard to understand me? I understand that.
Tell him about the fire bats.
Tell him I'm driving as fast as I
I
can.
told them specifically to either contact me
All-
and say
all of the
that
above.
Orlitan is
Fire
dead
bats.
and we have taken care of it,
I'd
or not to
might
be around the wall.
Not clear.
I'm sorry, I was talking to myself. What did you say?
Yeah, but like fire bats, just saying. So,
Do you?
anyway, we're still in here, and how long can you delay the explosion?
And we're going to take care of Orlitan.
Do you understand how difficult it is to ensure that the bombs have the same energy signature as that found in the wall? So it just looks like, oops, someone lost control of something, and it is not a.
No, I do not understand how difficult it
Let
is.
me tell
That
you.
is not my job.
It is not my job either, but I have several people squawking in my ear right now saying it is very difficult. I will see.
I know that feeling.
You travel with Calypso Mars. I assume you know what I am talking about. I cannot make any promises, but I will do what I can. I will call you in. There are 14 minutes to the bombs drop. I will call you in 16. Either you will have a delay or it will all be over.
Okay, well,
Click.
it will either not be a problem anymore, or it won't be a problem anymore. I like it.
The squawker goes dead as Francesco goes off to do something to hopefully be like. All right, so you guys pull up to the Oh Boii.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that Gregor is there, kind of pacing back and forth at the end of the ramp, limping back and forth. When you guys come up, you can see that he, like, pulls out the large shotgun.
Hey, check out my new ride! It won't fit, will it?
It won't fit. Cap won't allow it. She specifically said no more vehicles larger than your hover bike. We do what Cap says.
Right. Right. Uh-huh.
No. No.
Yeah, we do what Captain says.
No.
That's...
No winking, Jexa.
No. Cautiously
Erical kind of looks in the rearview mirror. This is how we go into the creator's bosom.
You know, you'd think that, but it exceeds expectations.
I'll make sure to leave that in my review.
Maybe
Met-
don't mention this.
Met or exceeded expectations.
Alright, everybody out!
Ericol and
Can you, like,
Falcosis.
target
Did you want to say anything else to Falcosis as you finish up? Because you've been talking this whole time in the back scene about
Arguing.
Yeah,
This whole
arguing.
time.
Yes, please,
No,
Val.
no,
Keep your
he is.
conversation
He
going.
is basically like, no. Lucia said she would take care of it, and he put blinders on because the mission was bigger and more important. I will say she does seem to know what she's doing. The key is safe, and so are you.
Ooh, it's almost worse.
I don't appreciate people playing with my life and not giving me a say in it.
That is.
And I am walking off before he even finishes.
Okay, as you get out of the car as it's still moving, and Gregor's like,
Oh, no, I totally park.
oh,
I park.
Tuck and roll.
Don't
Tuck
worry.
and roll.
hey, thanks for the rescue. I owe you one. As you kind of park and pull out, pile out of the car, Gregor does look to you two. Did I tell you who nabbed me?
No?
No.
Yeah, was that the same Alestra that Francesco was just talking about?
Yep.
She was part of the crew, huh?
Yeah, it was Alestra, Perpetua and Val. Stopped her from, well, any kind of hope. Like, you can see the bruises, and then she poisoned me. I think she was angry about something.
Did she say what?
No, she just hit on me a little. Not like that. Like, actually just physically hit on me a little.
You guys killed her?
She's super blown up. Sorry, I have no idea who this woman is, but I blew her up.
Huh.
Just tell the 17
Not just regular blowed up.
Is blowed up.
Super blowed up.
Okay.
Yeah, I put a grenade in her mouth.
Weird
Val,
point for Val.
Oh.
Val, maybe Val, we're gonna talk
Okay.
about how you break news to people.
Sorry, I'm having a bad day.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Still gonna
Me
work
too.
on that.
Yeah, there's a discussion we need to have. that
Like-
involves touches on Alestra a little bit, but
Sorry, should
we're
I not have blown up the woman that tried to kill Gregor, me,
No,
and
I'm
Perpetua?
saying there's a way to
Is she
break
our friend?
that news to
hang on,
someone.
guys. We've got 12 minutes. Let's
Oh, right, yeah.
shelve this
gonna.
and get on the Oh Boii.
12 minutes to what?
The Hadrian's Wall is going to explode. Have you been in contact with your mother? What do you mean we have to talk about how we break news to people?
Wait, what? Huh?
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
No, I haven't talked to Lucia since she left off in that stealth fire that you gave her.
Okay.
Right.
Your comms squawk at you, Perpetua.
And what do they say?
All right, so I have good news.
This
and
is not 16
I have bad
for
news.
the record. Okay.
The good news or the bad news first. There is no way to stop the process at this time because of the presence of Count Orlitan. The Duchess is still,
Everyone on the ship.
the Duchess is still saying that, hey, you know, if the threat is ended, she will do what she can. However, it is impossible, as you know, to stop nobles from doing basically anything. It is, however, pretty easy to alter a flight path, and I have bought you 2 more hours before they figure out
Oh, sweet.
where they are
Thank
supposed
you.
to go. However, I'm going to lay low for a bit, and you know, if this does not work out, this does not work out for all of us. I'm putting a lot of faith in, not so much you, no offense, Perpetua, I don't know you from a hole in St.
Anyone,
Paulus,
yep.
but I do know who you travel with, and let's just say I know that they have a penchant for, I was going to make some euphemism. They have a penchant for removing the heads of those who get in their way, so I'm really hoping that we can turn them right towards that armed camp. You
I hope so, too.
definitely hear, like, someone pounding on a wall, like, something metallic over the squawker, and something, open up in the name of Duchess Hawkwood. Yes, it is about time that I go. I wish you luck, and hopefully we will speak again soon.
Same to you.
All right.
So, what kind of ship is Philosophia in? Is it a orbital ship? Is it a land?
It's a suborbital lander, so it'll get you pretty quickly from one side of the continent to the other, or one side of the world to the other. It is a troop transport, but you know that troop transports for like normal people is like 12 to 18 people. Troop transports for the battle order is like 6 to 8 people. So she's not bringing a lot of people.
Okay, withdraw. Quick. All right, team. So we're all on the ship, and the ship lifts up.
Do you want them to meet you here?
Well, that's what I'm
But
trying to
where?
decide.
Yeah. Where are we going? What are we doing? Are we attacking Orlitan and finding Lucia and saving the day?
Yeah.
Tate, we're going in guns blazing.
Well, what I was going to see is if the squishies.
Who are the squishies? Like,
The
Name names.
so everyone
squishies.
but you is what you're
And
saying.
Urkel.
Name names. Come on. Go ahead.
Jexa, Perpetual, Val, Calypso, Gregor, Frank.
However,
I mean, I'm
No,
giving.
Frank's definitely not squishy.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say, however, yes,
True.
Calypso may be squishy. She is good in a gunfight. Val is good in a gunfight. Drexel's not bad in a gunfight. And then there's Perpetua, who we all love. She's not good in a gunfight.
Perpetua
I
knows.
have other skills.
That's
you
right.
do, and
You have-
you know them.
You have a very particular set of skills. that you will use to find them, and then let other people
Kill
beat them up.
Well, what I was going to offer is we have a squadron of 6 or 8 battle order on the way, myself and Ercol. If we need to take Orlitan out, is that the group we want to take Orlitan out? While the other group either does recon or figures out how to get us in, or
Well, the other group can go save Lucia.
We don't even know if they have Lucia.
Right.
but maybe I don't necessarily want to divide the party, but maybe divide and conquer that way. Bigger explosion at the front, diversion, so Lucia can be rescued.
If she needs it.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so the plan is Ercol, Gemma, and the squad are assaulting the camp, like, directly? Like, alright, so you guys are sitting, like, let's set the scene. You guys are sitting around the table in the mess of the Oh Boii. In here are Perpetua, Jexa, Val, Gemma, Ercol, Frank, Gregor,
Calypso.
Calypso, Falcosis, and
The scientists. Brother Thomas.
Brother Thomas, as well as the scientists that you rescued, as well as Perpetua or Philosophia and the 6 squad members that she has brought with her.
So she might say.
So yeah, you guys, let's just say that the smell is quite unique.
Gonna say that to my face.
Yes. That battle order has been on exercises in the Blood Desert, and you came directly from there after 2 weeks in your
Hated them.
armor.
Every single one of them.
So, what's the plan? Let's outline this plan, because what may have to happen is, if you're going to split the party, we will do one session with the battle order, and we will do where I give battle order characters to everyone, and we will do one session with, as Gemma so referred to it, the squishies. And you shall be my squishies, and I shall call you my squishies.
Did Philosophia get a hold of Lucia?
No. When Philosophia comes in, she's like, that comm line you gave me was dead. Is this another one of your tests?
No. That's thank you.
Appreciate that.
Got you, Becca.
That's bad news.
I'm the crazy guy in the chair who has to do multiple voices at the same time. You just have to play one character. That was the promise. No, I look like. Yeah. Where's my headband with battle buttons? That's just what I'm saying.
We didn't have time, okay?
Okay, it's just so.
Well, that's bad news. So, I mean, what do you guys want to do? The battle order and Ercol and myself are here to support.
Wow.
Well, we need to figure out. We need to get Lucia and,
Again.
probably not shoot her. I'd like to shoot someone, so whatever gets me to do that fastest.
Okay. Philosophia, do you have any ideas or preference?
Philosophia?
Or not Philosophia.
Perpetua?
Perpetua.
No.
Is
Go
there a way that you, and perhaps also with my Think Machine, can locate Lucia? As someone who makes maps.
I feel like this is Tyrannic going, we can hack this, right?
Like, would we be able to pinpoint the ship or anything, or find it?
you asking me?
Yeah.
No, it's a stealth ship. The whole...
Right, but it wouldn't be stealthy if it was landed, right?
True. You would need basically global level resources to find a ship unless it was like close in the area.
And we're not close enough.
Right, remember Hadrian's Wall is large enough, just the plateau is large enough that it alters the weather patterns of the desert.
Okay.
So, like, if you were to fly over it and it wasn't stealth, you'd be able to see it. But you didn't put any trackers in it. It doesn't have you don't really have any way of tracking the ship, and it's a big planet.
Okay, and so the camp outside of the temple made up of Al-Malik, Dekados, and
A
Hazat
small selection of Hazat, yes.
is how big?
What do you mean by how big? Just
The
like
camp.
you're guessing that there's not more than several hundred people out there. If you remember, most of the tents were set up. There have been like emplacements to prevent people from leaving the wall, and they were building some pretty large machinery. It kind of reminded you a little bit of
Shoproot.
Shoproot, yeah. But you know the command tent, so you know where Orlitan's like base is. It's the prefab, right? They assembled a building
Mm-hmm.
there. When you were there last, nope, you would not have flown over the camp since Lucia left to do a recon of the camp. So,
If there's a way we could sneak in, that would be preferable. Don't.
Well, the last time we got in because we made everybody throw up.
It's true.
What if?
I mean, I could probably sneak in, but I don't think that a squadron of battle order are going to be particularly stealthy.
What do you mean?
clank, 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 clank,
I
clank,
take
clank,
offense
clank,
at
clank.
this.
Ka-dunk, ka-dunk, ka-dunk.
Smacker.
And I could get in, but I don't know what good that does us.
What if we set off a small but not small. Small enough that it doesn't blow up anything, radioactive beneath the surface, but large enough to garner attention explosion.
That I could do.
And then come into the camp from the other direction.
So basically use the explosion to draw attention away from your entry point.
Yeah.
So would the battle order make the explosion? So just an aside to the chat and people watching, this is one of my favorite parts of RPG sessions, where the players have to go into like planning mode, because inevitably they're going to spend a large chunk planning, and then like the first roll in, just completely abandon the plan and run around as if their hair is on fire.
Yes.
If history is any choice, but I love the
No.
planning, so
I don't see
I
any that roll.
it's true.
I
The other
think the
conclusions.
plan would be for me to sneak in and set off the explosion so that then attention is drawn away and the battle order can get in, because they aren't very sneaky. No offense to any of you lovely people.
Philosophia glowers at you.
So right now we have two teams. Let's call the first team Team E for explosions, and then Team A for assault. Is there going to be a third team? Like,
So, explosions and assaults.
Just don't abbreviate. Nothing.
Erical says I could probably sneak in with Val as well. I am not of the battle order, quite light on my feet.
Okay.
Cool. Just don't quote Bible verses at me and we'll get along well.
The Omega Gospels enlighten all of us as we travel through this journey that we call
Don't make me
life.
shoot you in the face.
I don't think you can.
I can
Gregor's
try.
Like, I can go with Val. Erkel, not really great at sneaking, but I'm really good at blowing things up.
Just pretend like it's one of my boyfriend's houses.
On the sneaking side or the blowing things up side?
Blowing things upside.
Right. I can chaperone it out of this thing.
Yes. Chaperone Val.
He like looks to Ericole and gives him this weird look and looks to Val. Yeah, I don't think that's
No,
necessary.
no.
Okay. Perpetua, do you see yourself on either the explosion team or the assault team or team number 3?
What is team number 3?
Have the ship ready to go.
Right, keeping the way open
Ah, the opener of the ways.
to return.
Yes,
Can I say this is the way a lot?
you can. And then Yog-Sothoth will come and strip your sanity.
Oh, right.
Blends it.
So the folks who are staging an assault, well, so the folks who are sneaking in to cause a distraction, do they know how they're going to get in, or do they need someone who can maybe map this and figure it out?
I mean, that
And
would
then-
definitely be helpful. You do have an air car, and you did see like convoys going to and from the camp. So, Ericole
Yeah.
just sort of speaks up
All right,
quietly.
so then I'm on Team Explosion
Okay.
because Perpetua's getting into the.
Oh, go ahead.
Anyone who goes on the distraction team will also need to prepare. Kicking a hornet's nest creates a great distraction, but the kicker is often stunned. I do not think that those of us who go to set up the explosions will necessarily get away without a fight.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Val and I've got issues to work out on other people's bodies.
Yeah, see, he gets it.
Ah!
Revisit some of this pain that they've inflicted on us.
Okay.
I don't want to speak for Lee, but I suspect Calypso would want to be on the assault team so she can remove Tag's head again.
Mm-hmm.
She's mentioned that a few times.
I feel like I don't know why. Does anyone know why Lee hates this NPC so much?
It's the weirdest thing.
Oh, I have no idea.
So weird.
It's just like his name was Marty once upon a time.
Love you, Marty.
So, staying on the ship, Brother Thomas, I'm assuming.
BT. Locos is
Mm-hmm.
Brother Thomas.
I can pilot a ship.
Is that Brother Thomas?
Yes.
Oh, so can I.
Great, because you're going to be the one who's going to have to swoop down and get people out if it goes sideways.
Not if, when.
Oh, okay. He kind of looks at Calypso. It is. The people are more important than the ship, yes?
Ah.
No!
I'm almost feeling like Juxa should stay on the ship.
I mean, that would make Gemma feel better all around, but that's your call. Team Mom would probably vote ship.
I mean, right, between Calypso and Gemma,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna shove her into the ship. I'm trying to remember, does the Oh Boy have, like, ship guns?
No.
Okay,
Oh, it doesn't.
I can't remember. However, I can hang out and shoot.
It does have grappling hooks.
Ah, that's right.
So we need to figure out, well, not we, Gemma can't. You need to figure out a way to harness yourself in so when you're womping, you don't. I just see, like, the Oh Boy pulling up and Jess is just, like, swinging around.
Windsurfing behind it. All right.
I got an idea.
All right, so I have Val, Ericole, Gregor, and Perpetua setting an explosion. I have Brother Thomas, Felcosis, and Jexa staying on the ship,
And the scientists.
Mhm.
and the scientists.
Unless, you know, they want to be. Nope. Can't
No.
say that out
Do they
loud.
want to be on Team Assault?
No. So then it's Calypso and the
Squad.
and the squad.
The SBs.
It's a good point, Evan. It's a really good point.
The SSs, but they're sister pals.
All right.
I don't like it. I don't know how else to do it other than to split the group.
It's fine. Smallest party always disappears, so.
Was never heard from again. That's right now. Brother Thomas, Felcosis, Jexa, and the scientists.
Oh no, that's 6 of us. That means the
There's a
explosion
lot
team's
of
the
you.
smallest one.
There's a lot of you.
All right. So as you guys are preparing, you've got about a half hour to kind of get the teams in position, gather your gear, sort of discuss what's going on. You do know that there are several hundred people in this camp. All of them with a what seems to be an almost insane loyalty to Orlitan and a burning desire to assault the wall. Your side consists of the crew of the Oh Boii, a demon hunter, an artist of the church, 3 scientists in red shirts, 2 saints, and a squad of battle order, and 1 charming and delightful mechanic named Gregor.
He's in front of the
Oh,
old boy.
You
Frank's on
forgot
the
Frank.
Frank is on the ship.
I'm going to take a quick step back
I don't
from being
like it when you do that.
the GM
The
to the JM. So up until now, the crew of the Oh Boii has had a certain sense of plot immunity, a certain sense of freedom and carefree joy. I'm just going to point out, this is an assault on a camp.
So here's
Dice
my question
will fall
with this.
where they may.
We feel the urge to find Lucia because we don't know where she is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Beyond that, and the explosion, if the wall were to blow up, I understand that Valkosis doesn't want to. I'm under the impression that if an explosion happens here, is it going to hurt any of the other cities?
Jexa, give me a tech redemption roll.
Well, she's rolling for that. Could I, with Ercole,
Mm-hmm.
spend some time in prayer and meditation to see if we bomb this? Oh, I thought that was a move. Like, something with Beatrice to see if bombing this completely undoes her plan. Like, if we end up having to bomb this location and somehow the source is damaged, does that...
Well, what did you get on your tech redemption roll?
12.
You want to spend all 12?
I mean, I can spend 16 if that will give me more information.
Yeah.
Would 20 give me more information?
No, 16 would be.
Okay. 16.
So, Jexa, as you are kind of working out the math in your head,
Uh-huh.
here's the thing. It's a massive power source.
Yeah.
It is barely being contained
Yeah.
by a jury-rigged group of Ananuki gargoyles. It's several hours outside of the main city in this thing, in the middle of the desert. You get the feeling that's sort of on purpose.
Uh-huh.
You don't see a scenario if the bombs fall that the energy source survives.
Right.
That's best case scenario.
Right.
Worst case scenario is that a small star ignites in the middle of the Blood
Right.
Desert and takes out, a third of the continent.
Right. And the likelihood of the worst case scenario is...
With 16,
Like, are we coming up like 33% or like 3%?
there's a 20 to
Yeah.
best math guesstimate. There's about a 23% chance that.
A small star
A small star
ignites. And even if it takes out...
It won't take out the planet, right?
Right.
It's a small contained energy source, but it would be the equivalent of multiple fission devices going off at the same time.
Right.
So you're looking at the wall being destroyed, a ton of debris getting kicked up into the air, probably this
winter.
continent being covered in dust and ash for several decades.
Right. So when we look at it all, yeah, we could walk away, guys. We could get on our ship and fly away. But the cost for doing that would be almost greater than whatever happened in Milan. Like, mainly because we know what would happen this time.
It's true.
And I mean, I know, Val has to find Lucia. But there is still the option to walk away.
There really isn't.
Okay.
So is this the moment where we all have to decide whether we're in or we're out?
I mean, kind of. Because there's no guarantee that after you kick the hornet's nest, Gregor, you're gonna come back.
Always knew this planet would kill me, that's why I left.
There's also the chance that you do make it out and you still die in an explosion that's not of your own making.
Right, but if it's that 23% chance, like Perpetua said, either it doesn't matter or it doesn't matter.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
If Cap's in, I'm in.
Calypso wants to kill Tag.
Yep, we know
we
she's
know
in.
this.
Ericol says it was for such a time as this that I have been sent to this planet. I am in. The three scientists just sort of wet themselves in the corner.
Adding to the bouquet of smells.
Adding to the bouquet of fragrances, sweat, unwashed armor, whatever Frank's been doing.
Gemma's in.
Okay.
Perpetua Val, anything to add?
I do just want to briefly talk to Falcosis again before we go kick a hornet's nest.
Totally fine. I assume Philosophia and the
Oh,
squad.
yeah, Philosophy is like, hey, I didn't die on Raven Watch. Why should I die here?
That's right.
As long as there's nothing that's going to attach to my brain and make me turn on anybody, we're good.
Shouldn't be.
Perpetua, this is your chance to get out. Walk away,
Survive another
find a
party.
nice beach somewhere.
Don't stand in the middle of the volcano when it explodes.
Nothing bad ever happens at the beach.
Who will I go with?
All right. So we'll kick over to Val and Valcosis, and then we will. I will kind of lay out how I see this going.
I'd like to, we're in the Oh Boii, in the mess hall, right? Can
Yeah.
I, just shove him out into the hallway?
Yeah, I mean he'll walk out there with you.
Okay, I guess I don't have to shove him.
Yes.
Look, I'm mad at you, but we're probably all gonna die, so no hard feelings.
Well,
Did what you thought was best, and
for what it is worth, I'm sorry I did not tell you. It is a hard thing to bear the guilt of any death, especially the deaths of close friends. And I will be honest, even now as I look at you, that guilt and pain is as fresh today as it was all those years ago. But assuming we get through this, and we find Lucia, she will have more information for you, but I can't tell you. I have seen enough times in my life the appearance of coincidence, which later, looking back in age and perspective, I see the hand of the pen creator, and I know. But if the pen creator is not guiding the steps of all here, how do you explain this crew coming together and encountering Saint Beatrice and my son on a station light years from here, only to find out that without Gregor knowing that he is connected to this saint and her plan as well, and that my wife gave you this key that is also connected to this thing. The web of coincidence breaks under its own absurdity unless we have faith. Which may be no comfort.
No, I don't have much of that.
I know. But that's the thing. You may not have any, but there are plenty of us that believe in you. So perhaps our faith will be enough to carry you through. I believe now you were meant to have this key. You are the one who's meant to use it.
About that, I should probably leave that with you before I go make an entire war camp shoot at me.
If you want, I will hold it in abeyance for you. This is yours.
I think
purchased with a greater price than we all knew.
I think it's more important that that thing survives. Maybe it's mine, maybe it's meant to be mine, but it needs to not get blown up. So hold on to it for me. I give him a hug.
I was just gonna say, Falcos is
like,
definitely is shocked because he was like stepping towards you, and he's like, "Don't die on me now."
Hey, I'll do my best. I haven't yet.
Falcos is kind of just, Brother Thomas, I believe we are needed on the bridge. It has been quite some time since Lucia's training, but I believe I remember much of it. So they head off to the bridge. Squad, team assault. What's your plan? So I know that that team explosion, we need t-shirts for next week. Team explosion and team assault. Their plan is to sneak in and make the diversion for you. How are you guys planning on getting into the camp?
So based on where we were last time, where is the tent in relation to the wall itself?
So the wall, the line of assault, the people who have invested against the wall, they've left about 100 yards so that they can clearly see the entire opening of the temple. They've put several assault weapons in place to kind of cover anything that's coming up. You did see them assembling anti-aircraft batteries. The command tent is about another 50 meters behind that. It's not, the command structure. It doesn't look like there's multiple rooms in it. It's basically like ferrocrete panels that were then, chemically welded together and, power,
This is philosophy.
climate, and like water reclamation were the only things that were kind of attached to it. There is a large dish on the top that you're assuming they're using to communicate and coordinate. It's their CNC center.
Yeah.
So, you got that car out there.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. There's that explosion, so everybody's heads turn, and then we go.
Where's the nearest? So the two questions I have,
Sure.
besides that, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is drive over, jump down. How stretched out along the wall are they?
Not long. It's not a huge camp. Like you're looking at probably about 150 meters square. So like 450 feet, 500 feet spread out. Again, because like while they're all working together, the smallest contingent is Hazat, and they're kind of farthest away from the wall. Decados is the largest chunk, and then like it's 3 separate camps, if that makes sense.
But the command center is dead center.
It's not so much dead center, it's center back.
Center back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the explosion would need to go off further away from the wall to pull attention away from the command. So we'd want to do it on the edge,
If you attack
like we're
either
mounting
the
an assault from.
if you attack
we're-
either the Al Malik or the Decados side, it would cause the rest of the camp to kind of turn towards it.
Because I'm wondering if Falcosis knows an entrance that we can get in. So when there's the diversion, if we were to place it like here, we could zip out here. Like how fast does the car go?
The car is fast, but there's no like you're on top of the wall. It's going to take you a while to get the air car back down, but there's no actual there's no other entrances. There's no other entrances on the wall but the actual temple.
Okay. But what would happen if a car crashed into CNC?
It would probably kill everyone inside from above or
Yeah.
if
If we Thelma and Louised it.
you Thelma and Louised it, hold on, I can do the math in my head. You would not, I don't think you would be able to reach the CNC
Okay.
off the edge of Hadrian's Wall, but the impact would definitely chunky salsa everyone inside the car and anyone they landed on. So,
Brick. Gas.
What I'm
And
thinking.
then release. And let it go. Diversion number 2.
I know, kind of what I'm thinking. Cause is it like the Star Wars hover car, or does it actually have wheels?
it's an air car, so it hovers over the ground.
So in theory, it would go a little bit.
No, it needs the ground, so it would go.
Well, we could still ramp it off the front and get these guns out of here.
Now remember, the
distracted.
guns are 100 meters back.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
but
like
still, if
300 feet.
a car Thelma and Louise is off a cliff you're not expecting and crashes in front of you, that's also a distraction.
That would also be a distraction, yes. Then the question is, how do you guys get into the camp?
With our swords. Sorry, this
Yes,
is professional.
jump from the top of the wall.
I mean, I don't know that driving in the car is going to do us much better because it's going to be loud and draw attention. So all of the diversion over here, you come in with a.
I mean, it does split them though.
Also, the air cars are not like they are fusion engines, so they're not going to rumble, and there are like cars that come in and out of the camp.
So we could sneak in with our car.
Well, other question, would all of us fit in the car? Not a fat joke.
You could probably get 2 in the cargo area if Mars drives and Gemma sits up front. So you could probably, it would not be comfortable, and it would be suspiciously like a bunch of clowns getting out of the car.
Like rag roll.
Yeah, it would definitely you could probably fit the 6 Philosophia's 6 squad members, Gemma and Mars in the air car.
Okay. Do we still want to have like Jexa, Thelma, and Louise? Oh no, never mind. We're driving it. Not like her in it, but her.
Are you guys gonna blow up the Decados camp or the Al Malik camp?
Might as well go Al Malik. They seem like jerks.
Ooh, this is Maddie.
Didn't we find
Oh, go Lily, go.
Didn't we find Gregor in a Decados house?
Yes.
Yes.
And Orlitan has been known to associate with Decados, but Al Malik are the ones who Calypso was stealing from that Tag got left behind at. So Tag's probably more associated with Al Malik. Orlitan is associated with Decados. And Alestra is House Hazat, but she's dead, so.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering
Like really dead.
who
Super dead.
is most likely to drop their interest in this if they survive. So if like Orlitan is more tied to Decados, do we go for Decados, take more of them out, hoping that Al Malik go, whoa, we don't want to be involved in this anymore.
Yeah, maybe it would be better to hit Decados.
I don't know. This is Maddie, not Gemma.
No, that does make sense. If Orlitan's connected to Decados, we want to hit his house. Yeah, let's blow up Decados.
Okay, tight.
Ta-ta-ta.
Okay.
And then Clown Card in with the assault team.
Mhm. Do we have any kind of disguises? Does Calypso have disguises we could wear? Like at least some kind of cloak to throw over so it's not like glinting.
Let's just not roll down the back windows. You
I
might
didn't
need a
vote-
disguise.
Yeah, okay.
Don't look at me, I'm just the GM.
No, I'm just reframing. I had envisioned it. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's more of an open vehicle, not a.
No, it is an enclosed vehicle. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pause here for tonight. Next week, I will have for Becca and Maddie character sheets for Ercole and Gregor that you guys will get to play. And then in 2 weeks, I will have character sheets for Lily and Alice for Assault Squad members. Right, for Alice to play a battle order member of Team Assault. I actually may give you like 3 character sheets, Alice, and 3 character sheets to Becca, because
Yeah, for sure.
you're totally playing the infantry line. All right, so next week we will run the diversion, and if the diversion is successful, we will run the assault.
Question, if the diversion is not successful,
We still run the assault the next week. It just doesn't go as well.
okay.
You run the assault, but you have to fight your way in.
I too, Phantom. I too expect it to be glorious. I also expect at least someone, I don't know who, to utter today is a good day to die. So all I will say to both teams is kapla, And we will be back in 1 week with more Fading Suns. Check us out on Tuesday nights with our Torg game. The game is ramping up as the Horsemen are in Shanghai in the Pan-Pacific Chasm trying to hunt down an ancient Japanese blade that has been turned into an eternity shard, perhaps connected to all of these other things, while they continue to try and get Scotty the robot to fix him and redeem Lapis and find more guns for Edith. Check out all the other great shows on the Ulysses International channel. There was new Heretical Musings this week. Go check it out if you are a fan of Fading Suns, because they are talking about all of the new material that will be coming out. And if you like what we do, follow us here on Twitch. Follow Ulysses on Twitch, on YouTube, anywhere media is social. Follow us if you enjoy what we do. We're Iconic Production. Becca runs a great Call of Cthulhu game on Monday nights on the Iconic Production channel. And on Fridays, we have a 5th edition game that is getting worse. Oh, no, it's called It Gets Worse. Actually, there's supposed to be a huge battle tomorrow night. So tune in if you like watching lots of people lose lots of hit points. So, good luck to all of the crew of the Oh Boy.
Thanks.
Good luck to both the E team and the A team. And we will be back in 1 week to find out how the distraction goes. Can Val blow something up? Will Perpetua be able to map out the whole of the camp? What do Ericole and Gregor's character sheets look like? Find out next week. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. I am JM, your game master. These are the wonderful crew of the Oh Boy. And thank you, as always, to our illustrious producer, JD, who works tirelessly behind the scenes for us. Golf claps for JD. And we will see you in 1 week. Have a good one.